Hey guys, if you like this kind of Dragon Ball content, please like, share the videos and make sure to subscribe the channel to show your support. Now let's start the video.
After that day of training in the Forbidden Universe, the same event happened for an entire year. Pain, anguish, and an infinity of feelings were what Goku and Nien went through day after day. Of course, it was for a good purpose, to prevent the universe from falling into ruin in case the demons awakened. One morning, Kana, just like on the first day, was waiting for her daughter to train. Seeing that she was no longer showing up, furious, she went to her house. "Get out of there. Your powers have increased a little, but you are still far inferior to the others who train with me. Hurry up. Do not make me drag you out of there." Goku came out of the house. "Mrs. Kana, I am very sorry, but she is not going to train with you anymore." "What did you say, Goku? Since when do you think you have the right to give me orders? Why do you not fight with me in her place?" Goku responded, "Please calm down. You are very strong, and of course I would like to fight with you, but understand that you are no longer an opponent for me. I would never hurt the mother of the person I love the most." Kana said, "Do not act strong with me. Right now I am twice as strong as before. The veins here are no longer damaged." Goku replied, "Understand it. Even though training with Jiro may make you think it is easy, it is not easy at all. My power before was already great, but now it is even greater. Anyway, she is not going to train, but it will only be until our child is born." Ghana shouted, "A child? Are you serious? Heavens, Goku. You should have mentioned that earlier. I was about to get angry with you. Come on, let me see my daughter." She went in with him and said, "When were you planning to tell me?" "Daughter, I am hard on you, but I only think about making you stronger. But if you had mentioned to me that you were going to have a child, I would not have let you train." Nia replied, "I want to become stronger, but Goku thinks differently." Kana said, "I think the same as he does, so from now on, no more until my grandchild is born. Goku, you will continue training a little more, so let us go." With the exception of Nien, training in the Forbidden Universe was the same for everyone. Those who continued training with Jiro, and at the same time the goddess of the sword and the sun, continued training with Kana. Time passed very quickly until finally the child of Nien and Goku was born. It was a little girl. That surprised everyone a lot, because they thought it would be a boy, but they were just as happy. 10 years later, Goku and Yuji would stop training with Jiro. Both had brutal power, but according to the teachings of the powerful demon, it was time for each one to create and perfect their own special techniques. By that time, little Yukina was already beginning to show interest in fights because of her Saiyan cells, but nobody on the Forbidden Planet wanted to train with her. They wanted to keep her away from the hell that a real fight represented. If not, she would always leave the planet to train far from there, while everyone else trained in a room created by Queen Kana, and they always tried to do it during the nights, so as not to reveal what they were doing. Even more time had passed, around 50 years, but for the gods that meant nothing. Even Goku's daughter was barely at an age that for a human would be around 16 years old. She only lacked a little more to reach her maximum development and stop aging. At this point, the only ones training in that room were Goku and Kana, and the others had stopped doing so 30 years earlier. In the current era, everything was calm, and there was no weakness in the seal of the demons, and that was possible because Izanami was still asleep, but she was already about to awaken. Her wounds had almost completely healed, and sleeping for many years for a god was something very normal. A special room created by Kana had a great force of gravity, and time was different. When 1 year passed outside, 50 years had passed inside. That strengthened Goku very well. The bad thing was that they focused so much on their training that they had greatly neglected their daughter, completely ignoring what she was capable of doing. In simple terms, Yukina was a prodigy in fights, and she had inherited more than blood power. She never awakened her demon powers, but she did carry them in her blood, and that power had been passed on to her. Her parents, and everyone around Yukina, with the exception of Yuji, did not know that she had the demon eyes, and they were not normal level eyes, but were at level 7, almost at the same level as Yuji's eyes at that time. Any member of the demonic clan had those eyes, and when they were awakened, it was normal for them to be at the lowest level. From there, training them was very hard. Reaching level 5 was something that everyone could achieve with hard training, but surpassing level 5 and reaching level 6 required more than hard work, and the demons who achieved it could be formidable warriors, almost invincible in combat, except against another demon with a higher level, because the agility that the demon eyes provided was something far superior to what a normal god could do. Jiro and his brothers, and later his father, were supreme demons. The 4 of them had terrifying power, having level 10 inches the demon eyes, and that made them rise above the others, not to mention their terrifying powers. But even they were not always at level 10. They were prodigies, and because of that they quickly reached the highest level, but when they were born, none of them had level 7 inches their eyes. Instead, they reached the highest rank at a young age, and that made everyone call him the most outstanding demon, since he was the youngest to do it. What Yukina had obtained was something special, and that was thanks to the fact that her demon powers mixed with Saiyan power. It was something that even Jiro Yagami, the Demon King himself, did not know. He was unaware of the brutal power and ability that this one had if she managed to compete with the demonic race. She could ignore the powerful warrior race of the Saiyans. On a certain day, everyone on the Forbidden Planet was gathered together. They were celebrating 1 more year of peace, beginning to believe that the demons would never rise again. After all, several decades had already passed since they defeated the evil goddess. Kana exclaimed, "Nin, for almost 60 years I forced you to train. I was afraid that you would be weak, but now you are formidable, so much that perhaps you are stronger than me. But you should dedicate more time to your daughter." Nin said, "What are you talking about, Mom? We work hard to protect Yukina's future. It is for everyone's good." Yukina responded, "It is not necessary for you to protect me. I can defend myself alone. I do not need anything from you, and even less from you, Mom. You always refuse to fight with me." Goku shouted, "My child, you are weak. Listen, daughter, have more respect. She ignores you when you ask her to fight because she does not want to hurt you. How could you ever defeat her? Never in your life have you faced anyone." Yuji was smiling and thought, "She does not know. You and my sister are the ones who are mistaken. You would be surprised, Goku. I am the only one who knows how strong she is. After all, I have trained Yukina in secret." Kana replied, "So, Yukina has asked you for a fight. I thought she was not interested in this. Tell me, little Yuki, why did you never tell me?" Yukina thought, "Yuji told me never to challenge my grandmother Kana or grandfather Jiro because they forbade me to do martial arts. What do I answer?" Yukina said, "You see, I would never beat them." Kana said, "You do not have to answer me at all. I know it would be very absurd to challenge your grandparents to combat, but your parents, well, do not worry about that anymore. Tell me, would you like to fight with Yuma or Amaterasu?" Nin shouted, "No way. She has no reason to fight. For that she has me and Goku." Yukina said, "A pair of weaklings like you could never defend me. You are too weak. You do not admit any power. I wish you were as great as Yuji, and then I could admire you. I could be proud of my parents. Neon got very furious and started shouting at her daughter. Goku said mentally, "Stop blaming her. We are the guilty ones. We have not been good parents. It is natural that she admire others." Yuji then intervened. "Yukina, you are going too far. Your father is a very strong warrior, and my sister is also formidable." Yukina said, "Do not defend them. They are never by my side, and when they are boring. I would much rather prefer 1,000 times to spend time with you." Kana shouted, "Enough talking, little Yuki. You want to fight? I am going to give it to you. Tell me, which of them do you want to fight?" Yukina put a smile on her face and thought, "I heard that the goddess of the sword, Yuma, is very skillful and strong, and Amaterasu absorbs the energy of the sun. It will be more fun." She shouted, "I want to fight both of them." Yuji was happy. She was the warrior I had trained. She had no fear at all. Goku said, "Watch your words, daughter. Both are legendary goddesses who have left a mark on the divine world. I will repeat it once more. You are not made for fighting." He also said with his gaze to Yuma that she should not face her daughter. Yuma exclaimed, "Are you ready, Yukina?" Yukina replied, "Whenever you want. Come at me with your swords. Show me what a legendary goddess can do." Yuma thought, "She has Yuji's attitude when he was a child, but she has no experience. I must hold back." Yukina shouted, "If you hold back, you will lose. Attack with everything." Impossible. She can read my mind, Yuma thought. Yukina suddenly opened her eyes. Jiro smiled and said, "I knew it. They are the purple demon eyes. She has them too. I feel a lot of power in them. They must be at least level 4 for her age. It is something magnificent." When she activated the eyes, Kana said that they were hallucinating. The only one who was acting as if nothing was happening was Yuji. He knew that from the beginning, and that was why he trained Yukina. Yuji stood next to his father and exclaimed, "You are wrong, father." Jiro said, "I cannot be wrong. Those are the characteristic eyes of my clan." Yuji explained, "I am not referring to that. You are wrong about the level. Yukina's eyes are not level 4. They are level 7. Everyone was impressed. That girl they were seeing in front of them had broken through how difficult it was to make the jump to level 6 at a young age. She had done what the most outstanding demon, Jiro, had done in his time. Yuma, sweating, thought, "Damn, those eyes. Yuki is very strong, but I am face to face with a girl among women. I must be cautious." Yuma disappeared quickly. It was an incredible speed, but Yukina's memory eyes had not lost sight of her, managing to dodge a blow from her blind spot, which was her back. Neon clenched her fists and said, "Do you feel that, Goku? It is a pressure similar to that of my brother and my father, and it keeps increasing." Goku thought, "The fool was me. How could I restrain my daughter's desire to fight? She who carries the blood of a Saiyan." Yukina, in front of Yuma, said, "The fact that you attacked me without using your sword means that you are not underestimating me." Kana thought, "She dodged that fast attack. How was it possible that our little Yuki hid her great ability before our eyes?" "You do not seem surprised," Jiro replied. "I already knew about this. I deduced that you taught her to use the eyes. Why did you not mention anything?" Yuji said, "Was it necessary? You were the ones who wanted to keep her away from fights. That is why I personally took charge. And you have not seen anything yet." Yuma was confused. How was it possible that the little goddess was speaking to her that way? Even so, she felt some anxiety being in front of her. Yuma gave a loud shout, making the forbidden universe tremble, and she had also drawn her sword. Yukina felt a chill and murmured, "So, this is the true power of the goddess of the sword. She is simply terrifying. Just as I said, my blood boils with excitement. Facing Uncle Yuji day after day is fun, but being able to show my power with someone who is not the person who taught me everything is very interesting." Yuma exclaimed mockingly, "This is the power of the goddess of the sword. Prepare yourself, little Yuki. You have lost." Yukina responded, "Yes, and I thank you very much, Yuma. This is an honor for me, and as gratitude, I will show you my true powers as well. Kaioken." Those words did not stop echoing in the minds of everyone present, but the most surprised were Goku and Nien. They had no idea that their daughter had such tremendous strength. Nien told Goku to look there, and they saw Yuji staring fixedly with his demon eyes. He seemed very proud of having trained Yukina. On the other hand, far from the forbidden universe, Izanami awakened and laughing shouted, "I am completely healed. Jiro Yagami, Saiyan, I have returned. Finally, the day has arrived when I will see you suffer and tremble with fear." And she had even more power because of the astonishing powers of the Saiyans, and she was going to awaken the one they feared the most. And Izanami, when she was wounded and asleep, was not wasting time in her dream. She developed the inversion of the divine demonic seal, but she required 4 people to carry out her plan, and Izanami the whole time was thinking about that being. There was more there. He is equal to Goku, since she was amazed by the brutal power of that race. And Izanami said to herself, "Yes, if I am going to revive the demons, I need beings that can be controlled by me, loyal warriors who are willing to give their life to save mine. But first, dear one, a long time has passed. The time has come for you to be consumed by your beautiful woman. You always loved me, and that is why you will not mind serving as food for me." Izanami took out the fruit into which she had turned her husband in that fight before the explosion, beginning to eat it while she laughed sadistically. The goddess's power tripled in seconds. Wonderful. So this is the result of devouring the gods. Now I understand why the demons did it. The power is splendid. I could face Jiro, but a long time has passed. Knowing that bastard, he must have surpassed his powers. I must calm down. I must not stray from the objective. The demons are ruthless, but they will not kill their savior. At that instant, she felt something peculiar far from there. That is, yes, I cannot be mistaken. It is a Saiyan, and much weaker than him, but they are Saiyans. It is magnificent. If there are more beings of that warrior race. Izanami licked her lips with her tongue and shouted, "You will be mine. You will be puppets willing to die for your mistress." Izanami took off from the planet at great speed. By doing so, the planet would be left in pieces. What she perceived was perhaps from the gardens of the new planet Earth, which had been created with the Dragon Balls through a wish from Vegeta. He not only made his wish, but he had also become immortal together with all his family, Goku's children as well. Vegeta had witnessed an abysmal power back then. He knew perfectly that he could not face Goku with a mortal body. Besides, being immortal had always been his dream. But the Prince of the Saiyans was not aware of the great threat that was going toward his planet. Returning to the Forbidden Universe, Yukina began to clench her fists and teeth. Strong winds were being unleashed throughout the whole place. Goku thought she raised her powers 10, 20, 30 folds. Yukina shouted Kaiken 100 times. An enormous aura now appeared. Yukina shouted, "Prepare yourself, Yuma, because today I'll be using more of my powers." The goddess of the sword and Yuchin began to fight at great speed. When their fists collided, strong clashes of ki shot out in all directions. Both were too fast, but Yuma was clearly stronger than Yukina. Although her demon eyes and genius ability helped her, she could not break a difference of thousands of years of training. Yukina thought, "It is incredible. Her blows make my arms tremble." That is why Yuji was also talking about her. "I am so excited that I do not want this fight to end." That was what Yukina was thinking, but the goddess of the sword was not using her deadly techniques so as not to hurt her, since they were family. Yukina once again began the attack, and so they continued for several minutes. Finally, Yuma was hit with a kick by Yukina. She shouted, "Did you see that, father? I managed to knock down a legendary goddess." Yukina looked at Goku. He did not seem surprised at all. Yukina thought, "He is not surprised. It was to be expected from a pathetic and weak being like him. My mother surely could not follow my fight either." Yuma stood up, spat blood, and exclaimed, "Amazing. Yukina, you are very fast and strong for your age. My powers did not reach even 1/100th of yours. You still need to train more." Yuma's body filled with black marks. A sinister atmosphere was released instantly. Kana said, "You have come very far, little one. Yuki, I did not think you would make Yuma use her infernal mode. Honestly, I did not have such power at your age. In fact, you are even stronger than I was 60 years ago. My daughter, I am glad that you truly gave birth to a prodigy. But you are still young. You lack experience, and that is something that cannot be inherited. You have to obtain it by yourself. Anyway, this fight has ended." Yuma shouted, 1,000 divine cuts. The goddess of the sword moved at an almost invisible speed. Yukina's eyes were going crazy from watching that fierce attack. Yukina dodged Yuma's attacks. Yukina, laughing, said, "What a magnificent technique, but I am still standing." At that instant, a strong blow struck Yukina's head. She fainted on the ground. Yuma returned to her original form and gave a great sigh. Wow, what skill. She dodged 999 sword strikes. Only the last one was missing. This girl, in the future, will be unstoppable. Goku shouted, "Yuma, I thank you for not hurting my daughter. I am sorry. It is our fault that she is so arrogant." Yuma smiled and replied, "It seems to me that she is very similar to you. One cannot deny the blood of her uncle. Goku, it is fine that your daughter believes you are a weak being. In this universe, there is no one who can stop you. Even I, Yuma-sama, could not even hurt you." Goku replied, "I do not care if my daughter believes that, because this power is for protecting her. I became strong for that purpose." Goku launched an energy sphere over his daughter. A second later, she would awaken. She felt that her power had been restored. In fact, she felt a little more power. Goku said, "Hey daughter, do you like fighting?" Yukina looked at her father and shouted, "That is what I love the most. When I am in a fight, I feel truly alive. You and Mom denied me this happiness for a long time." Goku said, "Forgive me, daughter. You are a Saiyan. Someone like me should not have prevented you from fighting. I no longer forbid it. You can do it whenever you want. You do not have to hide to train." Jiro shouted happily, "My granddaughter gave us a great show. Now it is your turn. You are going to fight with me." Yukina, excited, shouted, "Really, Grandpa? That will be very interesting. But hey, Yuji is invincible." Yuji exclaimed, "You want to fight, don't you? Then why don't you fight with Goku?" Jiro said, "With Goku? No way. I do not want to fight with him." Yuji, mocking, said, "And I say the same thing. I do not want to fight with you," Yukina shouted. "Why, Grandpa? Why do you not want to fight with my father? I know, you are afraid of killing such a weak being, right?" But Jiro did not answer anything and only began to mock. "Just thinking about facing a being like Goku, what nonsense. I am not going to damage my body just to entertain my granddaughter." Yukina was shocked. She knew that her grandfather was called the strongest being in the universe, but for some strange reason he avoided facing her father. Yuji explained, "You are thinking too much. Dad avoids facing Goku because he does not want to make a fool of himself. Of course, Yukina, your father is the strongest being in this universe." Yukina exclaimed, "No, you are joking. You always say that, but look at the great presence Grandpa exerts, and my father emits no energy at all." Yuji thought, will she never recognize Goku's power? Well, it is his fault for not showing his true self. After that day, everything continued normally, but Yukina could now train without hiding. Far from there, Izanami arrived on the new planet Earth, easily finding the Saiyans she was looking for. Izanami thought they are very different from the one I met. He was strong, and they are very weak. Seeing her, Trunks thought, "Who is that woman?" She arrived flying. Vegeta said, "Get out of here. We are training." Izanami was mocked Vegeta, which quickly made him feel the desire to kill her. Vegeta rushed to attack her, striking his fist against the woman's face. She didn't even flinch. Izanami said, "Hey, that is not how you treat a girl. Damn, you are very weak. I imagined you would be like Goku." Vegeta shouted, "Who did you mention? So you know that insect Kakarot. Good, I can fight with everything. Trunks, Goten, this woman is my prey. Do not even think about interfering." Vegeta transformed into his blue form. Izanami, seeing that, thought, such a small increase of energy. He is still weak, but at that level he is already useful to me. Vegeta began to attack, but everything happened just like with his first attack. The goddess did not even show the slightest pain and did not move to dodge the blows. Vegeta realized what was happening. That woman was a very powerful god. Izanami only moved one finger, striking Vegeta and causing him great damage. Vegeta stood up and then activated Ultra Instinct, but suddenly he was unable to move. The goddess Izanami stopped playing and released a little of her magnificent power, leaving everyone immobile. Izanami said, "You know, it is not to my liking to face trash. In a few seconds, you will see me as your goddess. You will be willing to die for me, so I am not going to cause you injuries." Izanami approached Trunks, Gohan, and Goten. Izanami's eyes shone. It was not difficult for her to manipulate low-ranking beings like those three. A few seconds later, the three of them knelt before her and said at the same time, "We are at your service, all-powerful Izanami." Vegeta shouted, "What did you do to them?" Izanami replied, "They now belong to me. Heart control is an ability that is brilliant. Very few can oppose me. Of course, Goku is a strange freak. Anyway, those three now share my goals. I have already passed into their brains what we must do. I have shown them the technique of seal inversion. Now, only you are missing." Izanami began to use her technique. Vegeta screamed in pain. Izanami was impressed and said, "So, he resists. He does not let me control him, but he is suffering. My technique affects him a lot. He is not like that damned Goku, who did not even feel a tickle. This idiot only has great pride, and that is what stands in the way. But I am in his mind and in his heart. I had already revealed what he wanted most. Then we see Vegeta kneeling before Izanami. He said, "I will not obey you. I am the Prince of the Saiyans. My pride is great. I will not be just another one of your servants." The pain that Vegeta felt almost killed him, but his pride was the only thing keeping him conscious. Izanami began to mock him. "Hey, beauty, is that what you call yourself? Do not be stupid and worship me as your powerful goddess. Since those women are very important to you, they are going to die." Vegeta shouted, "Wretch, I forbid you to lay a hand on them." Izanami shouted, "Hey, Trunks, could you go kill your mother and sister?" Trunks replied, "That pair of trash? Of course, by the order of my lady Izanami." Trunks was about to leave when tears came from Vegeta's eyes. "Fine, I will be one of your men." Vegeta thought, "For the good of my family, I am willing to submit to this damn woman." Izanami approached Vegeta, touching his face, and said, "You see, darling, as easy as that. Hey, truly, is that what I think it is? Is it really that easy to make you cry? When I met Goku, I thought that all of you were made of steel, created only to fight. None of my warriors were able to stop that bastard, but this time it will be different. There is only one being whom Surte respects, and that someone is the strongest demon of all the multiverses, Sora Yagami." Izanami kissed Vegeta while looking directly into his eyes. "You are going to fight and die for me. Is that clear, Vegeta?" Vegeta replied, "As you say, Izanami." Izanami shouted, "Say it with more respect." Vegeta said only her name again. Izanami thought, "Damned bastard. With excessive pride, even manipulated, he refuses to say my name with respect. Just because of that, this whole planet will perish." Izanami shouted, "My warriors, we will break Sora Yagami's seal, and I will bring back his demonic army." Izanami destroyed Earth very easily, all the warriors with the exception of Vegeta. Izanami shouted, "Dimension change." Everyone appeared in the center of the universe. "I have already passed the inversion technique to you, but I will tell you this. I do not want mistakes. Otherwise, you are going to die. The Giant Lord must awaken. At once, at your orders, all-powerful Izanami." Everyone spread out to the 4 points, north, south, east, and west. Izanami remained in the center of the universe. The preparations to revive the king of the demons, the gardens scattered following the orders of the goddess, Izanami. When they arrived at their positions, Izanami in their minds gave orders. "Listen carefully. The divine demonic seal is strong. You need to raise your power to the maximum. Otherwise you could die. The brutal power that will be drained from you will end your life. This seal was made by one who was called the next Demon King." Izanami thought calmly, "I do not even know why I keep them informed. They are the ones who are at risk of dying. I am in no danger at all." The 4 used their maximum power. They were ready to begin. In their minds everything was clear. They were connected by one purpose, to shatter the seal. Energies from the 4 individuals, and that energy was about to be directed to an invisible dimensional space. Serious seal inversion of the demons, be released. A ridiculously exaggerated amount was drained from all of Saiyan warriors, and all that concentration of power shot out right in front of Izanami, and from where there had been nothing, a gigantic star suddenly appeared, which began to break apart. That place seemed to have frozen because a terrifying pressure was falling all around. Izanami, sweating, thought, "It has been so long since I felt this sensation. Now that I think about it, how did we dare to face this power? What is more, How did we manage to trap this invincible demon? No, this is different. Sora Yagami did not have this beastly power. There was not much difference between him and Jiro. Even I could be near him without my body going crazy from so much pressure. I cannot move, and my power has not decreased. On the contrary, it is stronger. Seconds passed, and 3 figures appeared before Izanami. 2 of them had the same hair and eyes, and the most terrifying of all had peculiar black hair, a completely brilliant face, and eyes that could make anyone tremble who saw them. I knew this day would come. Finally, we are free. I always believed that my stupid son would realize his mistake and would get us out of there, but that bastard forgot us. Akuma said, "It seems he is still alive. The confinement must have affected your brain, Brother Jiro. Of course he is still alive, and have you forgotten how powerful he used to be? Who besides us can show him that he is not the most imposing in this universe?" Akemi, mocking him, shouted, "You are right." After absorbing the supreme demons who were imprisoned with us, we became invincible. Izanami thought, "They are not even paying attention to me. They think I am only trash that does not represent even the slightest problem for them." The Demon King said, "Children, at last we will take revenge on the traitor, because you know what our first move will be, before the universe finds out that the demons have returned." Both brothers answered, "Of course, Father. We will kill Hero." The Demon King said, "Being my greatest pride, you turned your back on me. You are no longer a Yagami. With your death, the demonic race will regain what belongs to it. I hope you remain strong, because I will also take that power." Izanami urged, "Sir, your ally, please lower your power a little. Your pressure is consuming my life." The Demon King said, "I just realized you were here. Little one, your face seems familiar to me. Have we met somewhere? I have a bad memory when it comes to remembering pathetic and weak beings. And since I do not have time now, I will kill you with a single blow." Izanami could not help feeling deep fear. She did not expect such behavior after all. She was the one who had set them free. "Please, Lord Yagami, do not kill me. I was the one who destroyed the seal that kept you imprisoned. I admire and respect your power that rules everything." Akemi was astonished by the beauty of the goddess and let out a great laugh that shook the entire place. "Father, I ask you not to kill that woman. I am very interested in her." Akuma said, "Brother, do you want me to kill you? The person I admired the most fell under the charms of a goddess, and look what that did to us." Akemi's eyes shone intensely while looking at Izanami walking slowly toward him. "I will not use my demon eyes, because it would be boring. Make this decision yourself, beautiful goddess. Accept becoming a demon and being my woman." Akuma telepathically said, "Father, are we going to allow that goddess to do the same thing that Jiro did?" He only answered, "Calm down, son. This time it is different. The demonic race must rise again. I do not think it is a bad idea to convert gods. After all, by doing so, she will be a member of the demon clan, and since she is not a direct descendant of her king, I can make her explode whenever I want. I wish I were not Jiro's father so I could blow him into 1,000 pieces. He is fortunate to be the firstborn and that this power does not affect him." Izanami thought, "What a great opportunity. If I do this, my life will be safe, and at the same time I will take revenge on Jiro along with them. I must take advantage of my beauty at this moment." Izanami answered, "It will be a great honor, young demon. Nothing would make me happier than belonging to your clan and being your woman." Akemi shouted, "Excellent. I spent so much time in that place that I had almost forgotten how charming women could be. Father, you heard her. You may proceed." The Demon King raised his arm, and a great red energy fell over Izanami. Her appearance did not change at all, but she felt completely different, completely dark now. He said, "It is easy to turn gods into demons. You gain the benefit of increasing your ki and the power of healing. But let me make something clear. Not all are privileges. You must offer your body and soul when the clan faces powerful enemies. And if you betray us, I, as king, have the power and authority to blow you to pieces." Akemi smiled and exclaimed, "That sounded terrifying, but you do not have to fear. Everyone fears our power. There will never appear someone capable of rivaling us. Besides, I will protect you." Izanami, blushing, said, "Thank you, my lord." The demon answered, "You can call me Akemi." Izanami murmured, "Lord Sora, I hate to admit it, but he is very clever. We will have problems capturing him. As soon as he feels your beastly aura, he will escape from us." Akuma answered, "It will not be like last time, but you cannot feel our ki. Before leaving there, we used a technique so that no user of demon eyes could perceive us, and if that gray-haired woman is still alive, she will not be able to feel a ki that is beyond her reach. We are on a different level. Only someone who is at our level can feel our ki. For example, you also cannot feel even a trace of energy. You feel the great pressure that emanates from our bodies, and you can confuse that with power, but it is different. Only beings who are close to us can fall prey to this demonic pressure. That annoying woman of my brother Jiro will never realize that we have been freed, and when she does, they will already have no escape. We demons were stupid to let Jiro escape so many times in the past, and the same thing will not happen again." Izanami said, "Excuse me, I have 2 subordinates who managed to stay alive after using their life energy to shatter the seal that held you. They can be useful to you, Lord Yagami." Sora replied, "You are a clever woman. I like that. My son Akemi has a good eye, unlike the cursed Jiro. Bring them here. They will be demons in our service very soon. The demonic plan will fully rise again." By Izanami's order, the survivors Gohan and Vegeta arrived at the place, but they were too weak because of what had happened. The Demon King filled them with energy, turning them into members of his clan. They had barely been revived, and they already had 3 pawns on their side. Now Yagami and his followers left the place, heading to their ancient planet, which was in a place where no normal god could reach. The enormous castle of the Demon King was still intact. He coldly murmured, "I am back. Children, stay alert. As soon as we perceive even the slightest trace of Jiro's energy, we must go kill him. For now, you may do as you please." Meanwhile, in the Forbidden Universe, Jiro felt a small pain in his heart. Kana noticed it and said, "Is something bad happening, dear? You are sweating too much." He answered, "No, I feel that something bad is going to happen." Kana replied, "Calm down. I do not feel any evil energy in the Forbidden Universe. There were 3 beings who could perceive the energy of demons, but 2 of them were users of demon eyes, and Sora Yagami's technique did not allow them to feel demonic energies. And the other was Goku, but he was training in the chamber, which was in a different dimension. Yuji and Yukina were training outside the Forbidden Universe, without realizing that a great threat was about to hunt the demon Jiro and his loved ones. The one who felt the most hatred for Jiro was Akuma, which is why he did not rest like his brother and father, but instead searched for Jiro in the universe. Suddenly, he managed to perceive a small demonic ki, and quickly he stopped moving. He breathed and said, "Yes, it is really him. He has disappointed me. He is complete trash." The demon Akuma, in seconds, arrived where Yukina and Yuji were training. A great pressure fell over them, and Yuji coldly shouted, "Who are you? Akuma said, "You are not Jiro, but you have a good gaze." Yukina felt fear. She was a warrior, and even so, her legs trembled. Yuji said, "Calm down, Yukina. I am here to protect you." Akuma shouted, "I do not know what is happening, but anyone related to my brother Jiro is going to die. You have some demon energy, and those eyes are the proof. You are from his family, so this is your end." Yuji thought, "Brother Jiro, they are the demons. They are the ones father told me about. Those eyes are like ours." Yuji said, "Yukina, listen to me carefully. Get out of here and warn Goku and my father that the demons have awakened." The demon Akuma quickly launched a sphere of ki surrounding the entire place. "None of you will escape from here." Yukina thought, "Not even Grandpa Jiro emits such murderous energy. He is going to kill us." Akuma smiled and said, "Very well. Before you die, you will tell me why you have those eyes." Yuji, mocking him, said, "Isn't it obvious, idiot? The demon you are talking about is my father. I am Yuji Yagami." Akuma, surprised, said, "You increased your battle power 1,000 times more. You truly are a demon, and you say that you are the son of Jiro Yagami. I will have to take away those eyes that distinguish the members of our race." Yukina said, "If you plan to fight, then I also have to do it. Even though my body is dying of fear, I must fight." Kaioken increased 100 times. Yuji shouted, "Do not be stupid. Stay away, Yukina. He is not an enemy that you can face." Without obeying Yuji, Yukina threw herself into the attack. There is no other way to get rid of this fear, except by facing him. Those were the girl's words, but it only took seconds for a lot of blood to come out of her body. The demon had pierced her with his fist. Yukina had already fallen unconscious, but a great vapor was coming out of her wound. Akuma shouted, "Impossible! That instant healing can only be used by our father. Who is this little girl? She only needed a couple of seconds to close her wound. I am a supreme demon, and I need at least 30 seconds." Yuji was impressed. He did not know they had that ability. They had never been seriously injured before, so they did not know about the healing power of demons. But Yukina was a strange case. Her healing was the most formidable because the Yagami cell enhanced the wings of a demon. Yukina looked at her wound and murmured, "My wound disappeared, and my power increased a little more. Is this how?" The one in front of her said, "So you do not know your power. You are as pure as a royal serpent." "I am the son of the Demon King. I changed my mind. I am not going to kill you. You are coming with me. I doubt there will appear a demon more worthy than you to be the mother of my children." Hearing this, Yuji got furious and gave him a strong kick. Akuma was sent flying several meters away from Yukina. "Stop your nonsense, cursed demon. You are not going to touch Yukina again, because I am going to end your life now." Akuma, mocking him, said, "Neither you nor anyone will stop me from taking that girl. Her lineage is of a king-level demon. You do not have the slightest idea of the value that girl represents for our race. Not even my brother had such skill." Akuma raised his power. Yukina could not feel the beastliness of his power, only his pressure. In an instant, Akuma moved quickly, striking Yuji in the stomach. Yuji spat blood, but instantly gave a strong blow to Akuma, who also spat blood. Both of them were exchanging direct blows without defending themselves. Yukina said, "Yuji is being hurt, but I cannot do anything." Both stopped moving. Akuma smiled and said, "I did not think there would be a being who could face 5% of my power." After hearing that, Yuji stood still. 5%? No, he is lying. Yuji said, "Do not be arrogant, demon. I am going to shut that mouth using all my power." Kaioken increased 7,000 times. Yuji's body was tearing apart from such energy, but it was his only way to end that fight quickly and warn his family about the awakening of the demons. He was still confused as to why he and his father did not realize earlier that they had awakened. Akuma shouted, "Except for my father, there had never been anyone with as much strength as you. I, Akuma, the next king of the demons, recognize you as the most worthy opponent I could have known. As gratitude, I will show 50% of my glorious power." A loud scream shook the entire place. The pressure that fell over Yukina was 10 times greater, so much that she felt she could not breathe. Mocking, Yuji said, "What an irony. I am going to die, and even so I am happy." He truly was only using 5% of his power. "Hey, Yukina, you are a genius. You have Goku's blood, so if you see me die, do not cry for me. Unleash all your fury and awaken your maximum power." Yukina shouted, very frightened. "Yuji, I do not want you to die. Keep training with me. If you do, you can defeat him. I know it." Akuma said, "Hey girl, do not worry. I will train with you. You do not need this guy." Akuma began his fierce attack, and no one could follow the incredible speed that subject possessed. A fight of demon eye users should have been equal, but the level of Akuma's eyes and power were far above his. For the first time in his life, Yuji was being surpassed by something as distant as heaven and earth. Yuji thought, "If I am going to die, at least I will take him with me. I will use Kaioken 20,000 times." His ki little by little was rising to incredible levels. On the other hand, in the Forbidden Universe, Goku and Nin came out of the chamber. Goku quickly felt that their power was overflowing, and a very strong, sinister energy in front of him. "Do not worry, Yuji. This is a sacrifice. Yuji is going to die." A strong roar was heard and made the universe tremble. A huge golden monkey suddenly appeared and began to shine, illuminating the entire planet. The giant ape began to become smaller until only an imposing Goku remained, who disappeared without saying anything, leaving Nin without saying anything. Yukina, after seeing how his ki was rising like that, with great effort, Yuji approached Akuma and hugged him tightly. Yukina shouted, "Do not do it. Your body is going to explode. Demon, I will go with you, but spare Yuji's life." Akuma replied, "You are very clever, just as I thought. We demons like making deals. That seems fine to me, but only this once. Sooner or later, I am going to kill my brother. But why does my future wife cling herself to another man like that?" Akuma tightly grabbed Yukina by the neck, and Yuji did not stop. He kept increasing his power. 9,000, 10,000, and 11,000. "I will not let you mock me. You will not take Yukina." Akuma, seeing that, began to feel chills. That bastard keeps increasing his power. He will die, but he can cause great damage. Hey, stop increasing that power, or she will die. Yuji remained motionless after seeing that. That demon was about to cut Yukina's neck, and having Kaioken increased to 14,000 times, he could not simply stop. But right at that instant, Akuma's barrier shattered into pieces, and the demon was sent flying with great injuries. Goku said, "Only a small demon dares to try to kill my daughter. Think again. Yuji, do not be stupid. Stop increasing your Kaioken. You are not going to die." Yuji smiled while saying, "I knew you would feel my ki, Goku. He hurt Yukina and plans to take her with him. Kill him." Goku was carrying his daughter and said, "Daughter, Yuji is in very bad shape for using Kaioken at that level. Take care of him." Goku put her down. Yukina began to cry and said, "Dad, forgive me. No matter how bad it is, I still do not want him to die. I already made a deal with him. I am going to go with him and be his woman, and he will let all of you live. Take Yuji and get out of here." Goku said, "Are you joking? You are my beloved daughter. I would never hand you over to a demon. What is more, he dared to touch you. I am going to kill him." Akuma recovered and shouted, Well, who do we have here? Another stupid god who wants to face the great Akuma." Akuma gave Goku a strong punch in the face, but it was useless. Goku did not receive any damage. "A little bastard like you wanted to take my daughter. I can feel that your other companions are very far from here, including you. There are 6 demons." Akuma stepped back a little. He said, "Wretch, you can feel our ki? You are in the same dimension as us. Who the hell are you?" Goku answered, "The one who will finish you and your race." Yuji screamed. Those were the side effects of Kaioken that increased to a level higher than what he mastered. Besides, his healing was not like Yukina's. Even so, he shouted, "Damned demon, you better be ready to die. Goku, you are strong, but against our own kind, that will not be enough. Release 100% of your power now, while you still can." At that instant, Yukina saw how Akuma's head was destroyed by a strong blow from her father. Yukina said, "How did he do that? Not even my demon eyes could follow it. This is the first time I have seen my father behave like this, and also in that way. That is the color of our eyes. I always believed he was very weak, but I was wrong. My father is amazing." The demon was regenerating, but Goku was very calm in front of him. Nothing seemed to worry him. He only thought about making that demon suffer, the one who almost killed Yuji. When everything seemed to be ending for Yukina, Goku suddenly arrived, demonstrating a little of how terrifying his power was. That imposing being was a side that Yukina had never known about his father. All of his thoughts from the past changed upon seeing that. She no longer believed that his father was weak and pathetic, but instead felt great admiration for him. Goku said coldly, "Are you arrogant enough to make my daughter cry, demon? Take this a little more seriously, or you're going to be shattered into pieces with every blow you receive. This is going to become very boring." Akuma kept regenerating, and after a few seconds he would be without any wounds. "I admit that you are very strong, but as you can see, I am a supreme demon. You will need more than that to kill me, and I bet you used all your power in that great blow. Demons are above everything, and I am only using half of my power. Even if you are in the same dimension as us, it does not change the fact that you are inferior to me." Yukina, who was frightened, said, "He continues as if nothing happened after being hurt so badly. He really is very powerful. Maybe my father cannot defeat him." Yuji replied, "Trust that he is going to win, and I can assure you of that." In an instant, Goku began raining down a barrage of blows all over Akuma's body, who could not defend himself, and after a few seconds, he was gravely injured once again. Goku said, "I wonder how much you will be capable of enduring. That regeneration must also have a limit." Akuma thought, "I cannot believe it. This subject's fists have incredible power. The body of a demon is as resistant as the hardest metal in this universe. Dark energy protects me, and even so, you tear through my body as if it were paper." Yuji started laughing and said, "That demon does not have even the slightest hope of defeating Goku. That is easy to know because he is not using his special techniques. Like us, he can use the Kaioken, and he even has something stronger than that. Yukina said, that is why Grandpa Jiro did not want to fight him in that form. He is already very strong by only using the Kaioken. Would he not be 3 times more terrifying? Akuma began regenerating for the second time and quickly released the rest of his ki because he did not want to be caught off guard again. Akuma said while releasing all his powers, "Look, this is stupid. You have dug your own grave. This is the maximum power of the future Demon King." Akuma became sinister. Unfortunately for him, his brother and father could not perceive it. The technique they used so that they would pursue them also affected him. Goku said, "I do not perceive your friends making any move. That is how demons are. They let their comrades die alone in battle. For me it is perfect. I can play with you until I feel satisfied after humiliating you. And do not blame me. Blame yourself for messing with the wrong person. Out of so many women in this universe, you had to choose Yukina." Akuma shouted, "You poor idiot. Shut your damn mouth. You are going to die. And when you do, that cursed woman will be mine." Akuma moved behind Goku within seconds and delivered a kick to his back. Goku was sent flying through the air. A black ray passed over and over again, striking his body. Akuma thought in frustration, I cannot pierce his body like he did with mine. He has unimaginable toughness." Using the hack, he delivered a great blow that struck Goku's face, but it did not even draw a little blood from him. With no more options, Akuma launched a dark energy attack at Goku, who became the victim of a powerful explosion of Hakai. The planet on which they were fighting was destroyed. Akuma, extremely agitated, shouted mockingly, "For me, the most resistant being could survive after being struck by so much darkness." "No, Dad." Yukina, desperate, was about to fly toward where the explosion had occurred because they had moved far away from there seconds before the explosion. Yuji grabbed her by the arm and held her tightly. "Let me go. My father must be injured. We have to help him. That demon looks tired." Yuji explained, "He is still stronger than us. If we go, we will only be a burden." Akuma sighed and said, "I cannot believe it. And to think that I would use the flash of dark wrath on a damn loser who is not my brother. I have already exhausted myself too much in this battle. I must take that woman with me." From the great curtain of dust, a cold voice echoed. "With the flash of great darkness, that speed, and that coming from your base power, I am sure that is a copy of Raikiri's attack. And if you used all of that, your last blow was too ineffective. I am speaking seriously. You caused me a little warmth with that great explosion." Akuma was trembling when he looked at that subject. He did not have a single wound. He said, "You are not a normal god. They have limits and would not be capable of reaching the dimension in which we are. I am going to sacrifice everything in this battle. I will use the technique of the Demon King, devourer of gods, demons, and every type of energy. I am going to make your powers disappear and add them to my own power." Akuma released a great darkness that fell around the surroundings in the form of gravity. Yukina shouted, "That bastard is absorbing our powers. He is going to keep all of Dad's power." A powerful energy headed toward Akuma's body. Mockingly, he said, "Pathetic. All of that surprising ki is mine, damn trash. That will teach you that you cannot underestimate the most powerful race in this universe." The absorbed energy slowly entered Akuma's body, who would not stop mocking. "This is incredible. Damn it. No wonder my body could not endure your blows. How did you cultivate all of this power? It surpasses mine easily. Thank you for this gift. I have so much power that I feel like I am going to explode. If I absorb one more tiny bit of energy, I will go crazy. Akuma finished absorbing all that power. He felt that he could destroy anyone. He acknowledged that the power of that guy before him was supreme. Well then, are you ready for the second round? Sorry, you became so drained that you cannot even speak. Goku responded. I am surprised. I did not imagine that demons had such an ability. Absorbing powers is a supreme technique. It is worthy of a supreme being. But you are worthy of a supreme coward. I hope you are satisfied with what you stole from me, because at this very moment, you are going to feel true terror. Akuma shouted, Shut up, you idiot. Your power is mine now. You have no chance of winning. Akuma struck Goku in the stomach. Goku said, So this is what it feels like to receive 10% of my power. I truly am impressed. A powerful white aura began to emerge from Goku's body. That aura overshadowed what Akuma had, despite having absorbed the powers of Yukina, Yuji, and a little of Goku's ki. A great pressure fell upon Akuma. His legs began trembling. He lacked the air to breathe, and his body would not respond. Akuma said while trembling, This cannot be. Do not tell me. Can a demon also feel fear? Goku said, But just seconds ago you had unsurpassable confidence. Is your race really that superior? You are dragging the reputation of demons through the dirt. A great blow forced Akuma to his knees. He was vomiting a large amount of blood, and dark energy was coming out of his mouth. His body could not stabilize the powers that he had devoured. He said while suffering all of this, Wait a second, I only want to kill my brother. I will forget everything about that demon-eyed girl. Goku said coldly, Forget it? Will you forget it? Scum that you are. Maybe you would forget, but I will not overlook what you did to my daughter. Besides, I cannot allow you to kill Jiro-sama. He is important to me. Akuma replied, Wait, I am the son of the Demon King, the strongest being that exists. He is thousands of times stronger than me. You do not want to make him angry. Goku said, Thousands of times stronger. Interesting. It would be a great disappointment if the King of Demons had the same level as you. In an instant, many more blows struck Akuma. Every blow he received caused his powers to spiral further out of control. Akuma tried to defend himself, but his attacks could do nothing to Goku. No matter how powerful his attacks were, that subject seemed to mock him completely. But the demon still refused to accept that terrible reality. That is why he stood up again and again, but the same thing kept happening. Yukina said in surprise, That demon became very weak. My father is beating him mercilessly. Yuji explained, He is incredibly strong. He is not weak at all. He is much stronger than before. But Goku surpasses us by far. That makes him look like an insect compared to us. Neither you nor I would have the slightest opportunity to even make that demon bleed. Even so, he is taking too long. Why does he not kill him quickly? If he wanted to, he could do it. He is not a threat to him. A strong voice said, Yukina, are you satisfied now, daughter? Or do you want me to continue torturing this guy? Yukina said, So, that is it. He was not killing him because he wanted me to watch how he avenged what was done to me. This fight was never real. His Saiyan blood did not feel the excitement generated by a battle. I want to return home and apologize to Mom too. Yukina shouted, Dad, that is enough already. Finish him. Goku began gathering energy in the palm of his hand. It was a small but powerful Hakai. Die, damn demon. That demon was sent flying thousands of meters away from where they were standing, and a gigantic explosion could be seen far away. Akuma had exploded into pieces. Goku flew toward his daughter, who jumped to hug him. Dad, you are incredibly strong. I want to have as much power as you. Goku replied, Power is meant to protect a loved one. Do not forget that, daughter. I do not fight to show off my powers like you did when you faced Yuma. It made me want to show you how weak you truly are, but I held back. After all, Nian and I were never there to show you what is right and what is wrong. Now I am telling you, daughter, train and fight to protect what you love most. You have the potential to surpass both me and your mother in a few thousand years. Yukina replied, Yes, Father, I understand now what you are trying to tell me. I promise that I will become very strong. I will also apologize to Yuma. Goku smiled and said, It would be very good if you do that. And one more thing, when you fight, do not be like me. Kill your enemy as quickly as possible. I only prolonged the battle because I knew the huge difference in power between him and me. Confidence is good, but it can also lead a warrior to his grave. Then he raised his arms and gave out a loud shout, changing dimensions. The three of them instantly appeared on their planet. Nian sensed the key of his brother and daughter and immediately arrived beside them. Nian shouted, Why did you not tell me anything? You know how bad I am at detecting you, and far away from me my dear daughter is in danger. Brother, I never imagined I would see you like this. Yukina explained. A demon humiliated Yuji and me, but at that moment my father arrived there and gave him a beating. You should have seen it, Mom. He is amazing. Nian hugged her daughter and said, Of course I know that your father is formidable. I do not need to see it to know how strong he is. I love my brother and parents very much, but knowing something and having you will always be my greatest blessing. At that moment, all the others from the Forbidden Universe were already there too. Nian asked, Hey, Goku, what Yukina said is true. Goku replied, Indeed, the demons have awakened. They want to kill Jiro-sama for betraying the demon race. I just killed one of them. His name was Akuma. He was not an opponent for me, but just by looking at him, you can realize how strong he was. Nian looked at her brother and said, I told you, you should train in that room like us. Yuji stood up from the greenish grass where he was sitting and said, Inside there, your body feels very heavy without even doing anything. It is a real nuisance. This time they beat us badly. Maybe I will take your advice, little sister. I will not allow the girl I have protected for millions of years to lecture me. Nian said, Now I am stronger than you. It is my turn to protect you for 1,000,000 years. Yuji replied, That will not happen. Right, Yukina? Yuma exclaimed, And that is why Yuki has that attitude. You are teaching her to be very arrogant. Did you not learn your lesson? At that instant, Yukina lowered her head and said, Yuma, and you too, Mom, please forgive me. I apologize for my arrogant behavior. Yuma exclaimed, No, she is different. Goku surely already showed her how strong you are. Nian, while stroking her hair, replied, I do not need to forgive you for anything, daughter. Do what you must do. Yuji walked directly toward the room, and Yukina went behind him. But while looking at his son, Jiro thought, For him to enter that place, I cannot imagine the humiliation Yuji must have felt from not being able to protect Yukina with his fighting power. Goku said, He will be fine. Jiro replied, He will not. I have never seen such a serious look in Yuji. He will become strong very quickly, and my granddaughter is a genius. She will also become very powerful. Now tell me, how strong are they? Do we have any hope of winning? I did not want to appear nervous in front of Yukina, but this is very serious. The universe will be in danger. Goku responded, I am sure that I can handle them, but that devouring ability is troublesome. That demon was weak, but the Demon King must have a much more overwhelming capacity when it comes to stealing power. I need to do something to defend myself against that ability. Today I lost 1/10 of my power. I must meditate for a few days to recover it. Jiro said, "Yes, it is an annoying ability. The demons became almost invincible thanks to it. Every technique has its weak points. Restore your power. I will take care of that. The next time we meet them, it will be the end of the demon war, the war between them and me, and this time, forever." Meanwhile, a body in pieces floated through the universe. Akuma had been destroyed. That attack was so powerful that he could not regenerate. Akuma, on the verge of death, said mentally, "Please help me. I am about to die." Sora Yagami, who had been resting peacefully, stood up while releasing an overwhelming power. "Someone has enough power to defeat my son." In a single movement, he teleported to where Akuma was. Shocked, he looked at the condition they had left him in. "My dear son, who dared to leave you like this? That is humiliating for a demon. Was it that damned Jiro?" The Demon King gathered all the pieces of Akuma and returned to the demon world. Upon arriving there, he shouted loudly, "Come see me immediately." That voice echoed throughout the entire planet. Akemi, who had been enjoying himself with Izanami, could not disobey his father and went there. "Father, what is Akemi stopped speaking after seeing his brother in that condition?" "Father, who did this to Akuma?" Akemi released a great amount of power. He was curious. Sora Yagami replied, "I do not know, but we must be careful. We have to wait for him to regain consciousness and tell us everything. Perhaps Jiro has become more powerful than ever and caught him by surprise. Come help me heal him." Akemi and the Demon King spent hours reassembling Akuma's body. The energy that had been used on him was definitely on another level, so much so that a demon's healing power had frozen. After much effort, they managed to save him. Akemi said, "Father, inform me when my brother wakes up. I am going to make whoever did this pay." Akemi left with Izanami, but he no longer felt like doing anything. He could only think about who had the power to massacre a demon. Izanami said, "You are very pale, dear." Akemi replied, "I am sorry, Izanami. I am very angry right now. I cannot imagine who has such significant power in this universe. My brother is weaker than me, but his level is still very high." "Who could do that?" Izanami replied, "Without a doubt, Goku and Jiro are the strongest beings I know." Akemi said, "Goku?" Izanami placed her fingers on his forehead, using her technique to show him who he was. After this, Akemi said, "So it was Goku. Izanami helped me with that ability. When my brother wakes up, I need him to tell me if it was him. I swear I will tear him into pieces." In the Forbidden Universe, Goku was meditating. He had been doing so for many hours. Jiro suddenly arrived and stood beside him. "Goku, just tell me something. Did you use your special technique?" Goku opened his eyes and said, "Relax, Jiro-sama. They are not that terrifying. We are going to win. To reassure you, I only used this form to defeat your brother. I did not have to use the demon's wrath. That is what I call level 2 of Raikiri, because when I use it, I consider myself a demon without demon blood." The son of the Demon King suffered a humiliating defeat after facing Goku, but his demon cells saved him from dying. His brother and father waited for him to regain consciousness so they could learn who had done that to him. In the Forbidden Universe, Goku and Jiro were talking about the demons. Goku said, "Listen, Jiro-sama, I do not know exactly where they are. It would be good to attack before they do." Jiro responded, "If they are in the demon world, it is not the best idea for you to go there. A god like you becomes much weaker in that place. On the contrary, demons become dozens of times stronger there. Of course, you are very powerful. With the demon's wrath, being in that world will not affect you as much. But as you yourself said, the Demon King is stronger and more cunning. He will look for a way to steal your powers. I can make that ability become neutralized by using the same technique as him. But if we are going to win, we must make them come to us. That way we can use it without inconvenience and without having to be careful of their traps. Goku replied, "That is true. Going directly into the enemy's world is very stupid. I will have to wait for them to come out of there. With Jiro protecting me from their energy-devouring technique, I have an 80% probability of finishing all of them." An entire week passed after that day. The demons did not leave their world. Apparently, they were somewhat afraid, or rather, they were very cunning, by making no moves until they learned what kind of opponent had defeated Akuma. After that rest, Akuma opened his eyes and stood up very agitated. "Wait, do not kill me. I am the son of the Demon King." Akuma looked around and realized that he was in his old home. His father was also beside him. Akuma sighed and said, "Father, seeing you makes me happy. I thought I was dead." Sora Yagami said, "Whoever destroyed you in that way, more than a defeat, that was a mockery of us. Your body was left in such terrible condition that your brother and I had to give you part of our dark energy to reconnect every one of your limbs." Akuma shouted in panic. "That subject was terrifying. I used my best techniques and nothing could make him bleed. The dark symphony was only a breeze to him." At that moment, Akemi and Izanami arrived there. Akuma continued telling his father what had happened, and Akemi listened to the conversation. Akuma said he mentioned that the damned Jiro was very important to him and that he would never let me kill him. There were also 2 demon eye users. It was Jiro's son and a girl who had regeneration just as fast as me. His brother, Akemi, angrily shouted, "Bastards! They attacked you together. I already knew that one person alone could not handle a demon." Akuma shook his head and replied, "No, brother. The girl and Jiro's son were not a problem. That monkey-like subject managed to do this to me by himself." Izanami interrupted. "He is Goku. There is no doubt about that. He had a tail and peculiar white hair all over his stomach and arms." Akuma replied, "You describe him well, but his fur was purple." The Demon King felt a chill and shouted, "You said purple fur? No, that is impossible. It must be a mistake. Millions of years have passed. It is only an unpleasant coincidence." Akemi exclaimed, "Brother, it is some kind of ability. Just imagine that subject. I promise that I will take care of him. I will make him suffer until he wishes he was dead. Izanami, I entrust him to you." Izanami said, "Leave it to me." Izanami walked directly toward Akuma. A light came out of his head, forming the appearance of Goku. Akemi mockingly said, "It is true. He looks like a monkey. That thing defeated you, Akuma? You really let your guard down. Those monkeys could not even speak. They were in existence worse than humans." Meanwhile, his father trembled in fear. "No, damn it. That is not a monkey. That is the Purple Ozaru, killer of 4 super demons, and of the previous Demon King." Sora Yagami, the sons of Sora, and Izanami were left in panic. Izanami, sweating, murmured, "That is why he is so strong. I am fortunate to still be alive." Akemi said, "Father, but that is not possible. If that subject existed in the past, why did we rule everything? We never had problems with the Purple Ozaru. In fact, I never even heard of his existence." The Demon King replied, I do not know either, and he died in the battle against the Demon King. My father and he both perished that day. He has the same appearance and a different name. Perhaps he is only a descendant. That guy should not have the same power as Ozaru. I will have to use a forbidden technique that allows bringing a soul back to life. I will bring my father's soul back to this demon world. I will need someone else's soul. Sora looked at Izanami. Akemi shouted, "Do not even think about it, father. We have the other two subjects here. Use either one of them for your stupid technique." Sora brought Gohan there, using him as a sacrifice to attract his father's soul into that world. The soul of the previous king entered Gohan's soulless body. The previous Demon King exclaimed, "It feels good to breathe fresh air." That voice, "Sora, my son, you brought me back to life." Sora replied, "That is right." Then he shouted, "You idiot! Why do I feel so weak?" Sora explained, "Because that is not your body. Yours disappeared when you fought the purple Ozaru. You should be grateful that I revived your soul. Now shut up and answer my questions. You killed Daruma, the purple Ozaru, right?" The previous Demon King answered, "Of course. We both died that day." Sora said, "Good. Then tell me who he is." Goku's projection was still there, and Yujiro mockingly said, "So that bastard did not lie. To think that after millions of years, that guy was incredible. Demons truly are not rivals for him." Sora shouted, "Do not be an idiot, father. We should be the rulers of everything. We are the greatest race. Tell me what happened that day. This woman will help you. Just imagine it." Izanami used her ability on Yujiro, instantly showing the memories of the Demon King. Before him stood a being almost identical to Goku. "Listen to this, Demon King. Yujiro, you and I are going to die, but I am going to show you how superior I am. Here, in this era, I already finished off your supreme demons, and you are coming with me to the Crimson Portal. But millions of years later, I will reincarnate and become a new person. I will remember nothing. My name and the demons will be as if they had never existed. But I am sure that if I ever encounter a demon again, I will crush him in the same way. You are very strong, Yujiro, but you should never have tried to rule this world. It is an existence far too great to be dominated by a single subject. In the afterlife, I hope to be friends with you demons." Yujiro replied, "Idiot, demons do not have friends." The projection ended. The previous Demon King laughed and said, "And as you can see, that is Daruma, a stupid but very strong subject. If you excuse me, I need to leave this world. Are you planning to face him?" "If I stay, I will die together with you." Sora said, "Father, you are a coward." Yujiro became furious after hearing that, and an overwhelming power suddenly burst out of him, so much that even he himself and Sora were surprised. "That power came out after I got angry. I understand now. This body releases its maximum potential after expressing its emotions to the fullest. It is just like Daruma." Yujiro smiled and said, "Change of plans. Now I will join your stupid cause. I have discovered something interesting. This body is a trash version of powerful Daruma, but I can still make use of it. Definitely, the species of Daruma's people equals or surpasses ours, the demons." Izanami said, "In the present, they are called Saiyan, and I think the same as you. They possess supreme power." Sora said yes, and that damned purple Ozaru seemed to know everything, so much that his dream came true. In the present, he is friends with the demons. My son Jiro betrayed us, and now he is on his side." Yujiro mockingly said, "This is very interesting, and now, if you want to win, you will have to listen to me." Sora looked at his father and said, "When I see that body, it makes me want to kill you. But I know that the soul of the strongest demon king is still inside there." "Fine, I will listen to your advice, father. But do not forget that currently I am the demon king." Yujiro replied, "If you want to obey me, do it. If not, I do not care. Now remove the soul from that subject and enter his body." The powers of the Osiris and demons strengthen each other very well. Even now, my ki continues increasing, and I know that if I get angry, I will become even stronger. Akuma said, "We are demons. We do not need to depend on those bodies, since our power is true, Father. With our united power, we should be capable of finishing off that monkey." Sora did not obey his sons. He knew very well about Yujiro's wisdom, so he entered Vegeta's body. Yujiro said, "My inexperienced grandsons, observe how strong your former demon king is. I myself will go visit my old rival. Now I leave it to you. I will only test the cells of the Osiris a little. My sight will synchronize with yours. I do not need to tell you what to do. When you see that subject is about to kill me, teleport me quickly back to this place." It was sad, being able to sense the subject's ki, and right now, Yujiro left the demon world heading toward the forbidden universe. Akuma murmured, "How stupid. The previous demon king is crazy. That subject can eliminate him with a single blow." His father replied to his son, "Do not underestimate your grandfather. He invented the technique of devouring the gods. The amount of energy he can steal surpasses my capacity. Let us see what happens." As he got closer to the forbidden universe, Sora clenched his fists and said, "So it was in that place that you were hiding. You will soon pay for betraying us." While the whole family was eating, Goku suddenly stood up and exclaimed, "A demon is coming this way. I will take care of him. You all remain alert. If they attack, help me with the energy-devouring technique." Yujiro arrived on the planet, launching a giant sphere of energy, but a purple lightning veil reduced it to ashes in a second. Goku said, "You are not going to destroy our planet, damn demon." "What? I know you. I do not remember your name, but I have seen you somewhere. I sense puppet energy inside you, and that is why you are my enemy." Jiro, surprised, said, "This subject is not a supreme demon. I have never seen him before. Did my father make more allies?" Yujiro said, "Hello. It is a pleasure to see you, Daruma. As strong as ever. You know, I just stole this body, and I must say, it is surprising. I thought my power had decreased, but look at me. I am still just as strong as in the past." Goku shouted, "I do not know any Daruma. My name is Goku." Yujiro responded, "So after reincarnating, you truly are a new subject, but your power is still supreme. Let me introduce myself. I am Yujiro, the previous Demon King. I fought you many times before we both died that day." Goku did not know what that man was talking about, and he was already tired of hearing him say things that made no sense to him, so he began attacking him. That subject received blows from every direction. Back in the demon world, Akuma shouted, "You see? I told you." Sora Yagami, who was in Vegeta's body, said, "This bastard is very strong. He has incredible speed, but I can still defeat him. Even so, I must analyze whether he has more hidden power." Returning to the Forbidden Universe, Yujiro crashed violently against the planet. Kana smiled and said, "As long as Goku is here, it does not matter if it is the Demon King. He will not be able to do anything." But Panic Jiro said, "He is more terrifying than my father. This is impossible. He was dead. My grandfather, the previous demon king, Yujiro. In our clan, there was a story about Yujiro, the most powerful demon. When I was a member of the demon clan, my father always said he still lacked much power to be worthy of leading. The subject standing before us is a living legend. What Jiro did not know was that Goku was one as well. Certainly, it was impossible for someone to reach Goku's level and surpass the demons. It was not a coincidence, it was destiny. The purple Ozaru had always been the demon's nemesis, the one capable of keeping them under control. After the death of the purple Ozaru, the legends about him changed so much that in the era of the Grand Priest, he became known as the Ultra Super Saiyan God. His family had an affinity with Ki, because that being possessed as much power as they did. Goku charged an energy sphere to exterminate that demon. Yujiro mockingly shouted, "You have become boring. You want to end this fight quickly." Goku replied, "There is no point in prolonging this battle. The results will always be the same. You are not my rival. I am on my planet. I do not want to play with a demon and risk causing chaos in this place." Yujiro said, "Daruma, forgive me, Goku. I want to remember why we were rivals. You and I had almost the same level of strength when I took your power." Goku shouted, "I am a Saiyan." A dark energy came out of Yujiro's body, filling the entire place with intense darkness. Jiro quickly released his maximum power, using the same technique to neutralize the demon's attack. The sky returned to its original form, and instantly Goku's fist pierced Yujiro's stomach. Goku said, "You are not going to keep my power. You demons, with the exception of Giro, are cowards." The wound in Yujiro's stomach healed in 1 second. His healing ability was terrifying, just like Yukina's. The demon smiled and said, "Those level 10 demon eyes. You are a supreme demon yourself. Who are you?" Giro answered, "I am Giro Yagami." Yujiro said, "And now I understand. You are the traitor they spoke about. You have great skill. You are the first one to discover how to get rid of the God Devourer in the demon world." In the distance, Akuma shouted, "Jiro, I swear I am going to kill you. Brother, why did you betray us? You were supposed to be the next demon king." Akemi murmured, "For someone who has not lived in the demon world and has not absorbed demons like us, that idiot is very powerful. He remains just as skilled as in the past. I did not know the demon's secret weapon could be cancelled so easily." Yujiro rose from the ground and his eyes began glowing. "Now I will see your weak points. My eyes are more special than the others. Goku, now you are going to reveal your fears." Those eyes stared intensely at Goku, but he had no weakness, at least not PH Yujiro-kuli. However, the demon saw something interesting. Goku's greatest weakness was his family, especially his daughter Yukina. The demon remained silent about it because he had already planned a strategy to defeat that imposing warrior. Goku released more power. He had already decided to stop playing around. Yujiro thought, "That power is unbelievable. If I receive even a single blow, it will kill me. Now the time has come." I never imagined that Goku, the reincarnation of Daruma, possessed so much power. I would say he is stronger than the previous Daruma. And with that demon helping him, I will not be able to equalize things by stealing his power. The subject disappeared from the podium. A powerful scream sounded like the roar of a beast. The resilient planet cracked slightly. Goku said, "That demon only came to say hello? What are those bastards playing at?" Jiro explained, "Calm down, Goku. They are not going to do anything. You keep them away because they are afraid of how strong you are. If they cannot steal your energy, they will never be able to win." And the previous Demon King is not stupid. He realized the difference in levels. His greatest power is energy seizure. He can empty even your immense power and make it his own. But if you have me by your side, he will never manage to take your power. Akemi mockingly said, "What was that, Grandpa? Did you run away with your tail between your legs? Did you not say you would show us how strong the previous Demon King is?" Yujiro mockingly replied, "You truly are stupid. I did not go there to win. I know I cannot do that, not for now. But I discovered something interesting that will help me bring the mighty Goku to his knees. I do not fight only with my fists, but with my brain. You little demons still lack maturity." At that moment, Yujiro vomited blood. His wound had healed externally, but the impact had been so great that his internal organs still had not completely recovered. Sora exclaimed, "Are you all right, father?" Yujiro replied, "I am. There is no doubt that he hits hard. Our fight has only just begun. We must find a way to obtain what he loves most." Sora asked, "What do you mean?" Akuma replied, "That demon-eyed girl, the daughter of that bastard." Yujiro said, "Well, it seems you have an intelligent son. How did you come to that conclusion?" Akuma answered, "Because I almost died at his hands. He humiliated me until he got tired of it, and only because I hurt that little girl a bit. If you are planning to harm her, I would recommend you think again. A moment ago that guy was very kind to me, but you do not want to see him angry." Yujiro said, "What are you saying? That is the most fun part. Daruma becoming filled with wrath will be very pleasurable to watch, because he will have to swallow all that anger while being unable to do anything to me. Akuma, you know that girl's weak point very well, because this is where the demon's counterattack begins." Back in the Forbidden Universe, Goku said, "I have a bad feeling about all of this. No enemy comes only to greet his prey." He seemed very confident. He never stopped laughing while standing in front of me. I am sure he is planning something. The best thing will be to reinforce the planet's security with Hakai barriers. Well, I could also go where they are and erase them with the demon's wrath. It would only take seconds. I do not think they would have enough time to steal my energy. I will not let those guys act or hurt my family. The demons were not idiots. They realized the danger that Goku and Jiro represented. Not only was he strong, he was also a master of deception and knew how to strike at his enemy's weak points. That is why he planned to take possession of the daughter of the man he could not defeat in a one-on-one fight. In the Forbidden Universe, Goku was releasing an enormous amount of power. That power formed layers around the planet. After a few minutes, the entire gigantic planet had been sealed. No one could enter that place. Seeing this, Neon said, "That is going too far. You have spent a third of your energy doing something unnecessary. We are not weaklings like in the past. In fact, I alone can eradicate the demon race. You know where they are, right? Then let us eliminate them. I do not want to live again under the protection of my older brother and my father." Goku explained, "Neither do I, dear. You know you are behaving like Yukina. She was wise enough to recognize her mistakes, but you are already an adult goddess. You should not act this way." Neon replied, "You are mistaken. I am not doing this because I am arrogant. I am trying to make sure that this time you do not exclude me. I am strong, and you know it. I can also stand up for my family. You do not have to carry everything alone. Did I train only to watch you fight?" Goku remained silent for a moment and thought, "Part of what she says is true. Why should we be the ones on the defensive? We are stronger than they are." Goku said, "Neon, Jiro-sama, we should begin the attack. It does not matter if they are strong in that place. We are going to defeat them in their own world. Kana, Yuma, Amaterasu, you defend this place. I doubt anyone can penetrate the barriers, but I know you know how to defend yourselves well. Jiro sighed and said, As you wish. I am fine with it. I will even become stronger. I never wanted to return to my world, but this will be the last time. Daughter, Goku, let us eliminate those bastards. They left the planet. It was possible to pass through the barriers from the inside without being injured by the Hakai. Since Goku had never been to the demon world, he could not use dimensional shifting, so they flew toward where the demons were. In the demon world, Yujiro mockingly said, You see, I knew that guy would come straight to us. Even they did not realize that I left magical energy on his planet, and I can see and hear everything. Beings of the new era will never understand what they are facing. This will be a battle where the strongest cannot win. My intelligence and abilities are what will destroy you. Akemi asked, Father, what did you mean by magical energy? Sora replied, An ancient source of power. Your grandfather was the last demon to possess that gift. As you can see, we do not have that ability. Unlike Ki, magic cannot be detected, not even by us level 10 demon-eyed demons. I must say that magic is trash compared to Ki, but it is essential for an expert who knows how to play with the minds of warriors, and your grandfather is the best at that. Akuma was concentrating. His dark ki expanded throughout every corner of the universe. Under Yujiro's orders, he was searching for Goku's daughter. Yujiro said, Do you think you can penetrate that incredible defense? Those barriers look very strong. We cannot let this opportunity slip away. The beings left behind are weak. It is only logical, since they did not have the courage to come with those three. Akemi replied, Of course I can shatter those weak layers of energy. Do not underestimate me, Grandpa. It may not seem like it, but I am even stronger than you. Yujiro said angrily, Little braggart, you are still millions of years away from reaching the level of a being like me. But fine, completely eliminate your dark ki and go to that planet. Leave no living being standing. Annihilate everything, because this is a war that we are going to win. Akemi nodded. Yujiro continued, Remember this, victory does not belong to the strongest, but to the one who demonstrates greater power. Do not fail, because eliminating those enemies will bring us closer to victory. Izanami made a request. Akemi, take me with you. I want to fight by your side. Akemi replied, But, Izanami, you will be safer in our world. No one can hurt you here. Izanami shook her head. I want to fight by your side. I want to fight that woman. She pointed at Kana, who was being observed along with everyone else. Yujiro then said, Very well, Akemi. Take her with you. Her power is still weak. A battle to the death will help her awaken more dark energy. Besides, if you leave her here, I cannot guarantee that she will survive. This time, it will not be a greeting. It will be a battle where one of the two sides will die quickly. Go. Akemi and Izanami completely concealed their ki and departed from the opposite direction from where Goku and the others were coming. As they flew, Akemi said, I am sorry, Izanami. We have to obey my grandfather's orders. I did not want to involve you in this. You do not even belong to the demon race. You should not be affected by our problems, much less deal with our enemies. Akemi looked at Izanami's face. She looked joyful and suddenly began laughing. Your battles will be my battles from now on. But inwardly she was thinking, Akemi is so kind. Do not think I am doing this for you. This is my chance to get revenge on Kana. Now that I am a demon, my powers are incomparable. I am going to eliminate her without shedding a single drop of sweat. Jiro, I will show you the head of your beloved woman. And Goku, that angel who called you son, has died by my hands. You still do not know it. I cannot wait to see your faces when you learn that your loved ones were crushed by the goddess you humiliated. Back in the demon world, Yujiro said, Akuma, hurry up. Those people will not take long to arrive here. Akuma opened his eyes and shouted, I found her! Yujiro said, It is about time. You took quite a while to find the daughter of such a powerful being. She must have a huge key. It should not have been so difficult. Akuma replied, Do not get angry. I was lucky to find her at all, because she was training in another dimension. Sora said, Akuma is right. Not even you or I would have found her in another dimension. Not to brag, but all my children were geniuses. He especially excelled in perception. He is very skilled at sensing those he knows without difficulty. Yujiro exclaimed, Good work, Akuma. Now you are the one who will go after that girl. Akuma immediately replied, No way. It will be me. I failed to bring her back before. It is my duty to do it. I will show that little girl that without her father she is worthless. Yujiro said, Shut up. There is no time. You have already been defeated once. Akuma replied, Yes, but it was by a subject with incredible powers. She is trash. Yujiro explained, Understand this. Human genes are not weak at all. That little girl should be almost as strong as he is. I will not let my plan be ruined because you get defeated by a woman. Sora said, As the current Demon King, I doubt a little girl will make him run away. Yujiro responded, Akuma, that demon they call Jiro is coming here together with Goku. You can take care of her. After hearing that his older brother was heading toward the demon world, Akuma changed his mind and accepted that his father would go after the girl. Akuma shared his knowledge with his father about where that place was, and the Demon King quickly departed. In the demon world, Akuma happily said, Jiro, after so many years, we will meet again, brother. You will pay dearly for your betrayal. Yujiro relaxed his body and released his power. He was ready to fight at any second. That power continued growing. That body possessed tremendous potential. Goku and the others arrived at a dark place where there seemed to be absolutely nothing. Goku said, I sense demonic energy nearby, but there is absolutely nothing here. Jiro replied, Obviously, that is why nobody can find the demon world. It is invisible to ordinary eyes, but I can clearly see the entrance to that world. Only demon eyes can reach it. Stay close to me, and do not stray too far. You will probably see hallucinations of your loved ones dying, but stay calm. None of what you see is real. Dark energy affects weak minds, but I know that my daughter and you are not weak enough to fall for something so simple. Jiro began rising into what appeared to be empty space. As they climbed higher, Goku and Neon began seeing the deaths of their loved ones. Goku's mind was strong, and he was not disturbed by any of it. But Neon saw her daughter die, and his brother die. A loud voice shouted, Jiro said, Calm down. None of what you are seeing is real. This world plays with your mind. Damn it. If only I had awakened the demon eyes. Neon calmed down somewhat and replied, I can keep going. I will not be defeated before even fighting. Yujiro was watching this and said, You are doing quite well. It seems that demon truly knows the secrets of the terrible demon race. He is guiding them perfectly. They will become the first beings without demon eyes to enter our territory. After several minutes, they arrived at the place inhabited only by demons. Goku said, It is a good place to train. No wonder this is where you gain that strength. Jiro replied, You are mistaken, Goku. I never depended on my place of origin or on a demon's abilities to increase my power. I am the only member of this race who cultivated his power naturally. I never liked this place. That is why I wandered through the lower world. Not much time passed before two individuals appeared before them. Yujiro said, "I did not expect to see you so quickly, Goku." Yujiro thought, he is not surprised by how we arrived here. It seems he already knew we were coming. Akuma sighed, "But get ready, because I am going to destroy you." Akuma suddenly released all his power and attacked his brother. Nin shouted, "I will not let you hurt my father, you stupid demon." Jiro said, "Do not worry, Nin, you have to deal with Yujiro. Stay alert. Neither my father's ki nor my brother Akemi's can be sensed, but they could arrive at any moment. Relax. I am not so weak that you need to worry about me." Akuma attacked at incredible speed, while Jiro dodged and blocked his blows. Akuma only mocked him and said, "How weak the most outstanding demon has become. If that is all you have, I will not even use the flash of dark wrath against you." Jiro replied, "What a warm welcome, brother. I thought that after all this time you had stopped being so impulsive." Akuma struck Jiro in the stomach and then kicked him in the face, sending him crashing into some rocks. Standing over Jiro's body lying on the stones, Akuma coldly said, "There is your warm welcome, idiot. I have to admit that you have courage coming here after what you did." Akuma charged an energy sphere and mercilessly launched it directly at Jiro. A massive explosion illuminated the entire place. The former Demon King said, "Do not be hasty. Look carefully." Goku said, "Jiro's ki has not diminished at all. He still has not released his dark energy. He is only taking damage on purpose." Yujiro mockingly said, "There is nothing more entertaining than watching two brothers trying to kill each other." Neon moved at incredible speed and kicked the former Demon King in the back. He was sent flying, while Goku instantly appeared where he was being launched and followed up with another powerful punch. Yujiro landed on the ground and said, "You have become such a coward. 2 against 1. Enjoy your advantage while you have it, because soon both of you will be kneeling and begging before me." Meanwhile, Jiro emerged from the explosion and said, "I dare to come here because I did nothing wrong. I placed you behind that seal to end your greed. What was the point of keeping this universe in constant agony?" Akuma shouted, "Those are the thoughts of worthless beings. You damn traitor. Do not even dare say another word. You are only going to make me hate you even more than I already do." Another powerful blast of ki shot directly toward Jiro. He let out a loud roar and vanished. Jiro said, "Do not think I am going to keep letting you hit me, Akuma. A moment ago I allowed you to attack me because it was wrong of me not to tell you about it back then. After all, I know you admired me, but I also knew your heart was rotten, just like fathers and Akemi's. That is why I did not bother telling you about Kana and my rebellion against the demons. Tell me, if I had betrayed the demons, would you have joined me?" Akuma replied, "Of course not, but you should have told me. Maybe I would have killed that stupid goddess before she poisoned you with her charms. You would be the Demon King. Everyone would respect you." Jiro said, "Being the Demon King? Having others respect me? That is not respect. That is fear. I met people who are worth thousands of times more than being a feared Demon King." Akuma shouted, "Jiro, you bastard!" The battle between Jiro and Akuma continued. Meanwhile, Goku and Nyan was giving Yujiro a beating, yet strangely he kept mocking them and maintained unshakable confidence. Somehow, that made them nervous. Goku knew he had taken the proper precautions by protecting the planet with powerful barriers. He knew his daughter was safe in another dimension. Even so, he had a feeling that something was wrong for his part. Yujiro was not completely overwhelmed. Every time he healed his wounds, his power increased slightly. It was one of the unique traits of warriors from that race, and it was something he liked very much. Goku asked. This is a new body. Tell me, demon, are you planning something? What is hidden behind that stupid smile? Yujiro replied, You may not have noticed, but your incredible ki is decreasing. Not only that, you are even weaker than the first time I saw you. At best, you are only a little above half of your original power. On the other hand, my power is much greater. Soon you will see what I mean. Goku said, Indeed, my power is at 2/3 of its full level, but that is more than enough to kill you. Besides, I am not alone. A few seconds later, a powerful punch struck Nyan in the stomach. She spat out a little blood, but had not suffered serious damage. Nyan said, Damn, demon. That punch was very weak. I barely felt it. Yujiro laughed. We will see about that, woman. Yujiro clenched his fists. Blood flowed from them, and a massive dark aura covered his entire body. Goku shouted, Be careful, Nyan. His power became 10 times greater. We have to eliminate him quickly. I do not want to prolong this battle. Jiro had been right. This place is disgusting. A god's ki is slowly consumed, and I can feel him becoming stronger and stronger. Goku released his remaining power and began moving at a speed invisible even to Yujiro's demon eyes. Yujiro looked everywhere but could not see him. Frustrated, he thought. He finally got serious. Damn it. He wants to end this fight quickly now. Hurry and bring that little girl. This guy is going to make me suffer a lot. Even if I am left on the verge of death. What matters is that the demons emerge victorious. A fist of energy pierced Yujiro's heart. He vomited blood, and his screams echoed throughout the entire demon world. Goku said, What incredible endurance you have. You truly are not an ordinary race. Anyone else would have died after suffering damage to such a vital organ. Yujiro exploded his own body to gain some distance from Goku. Goku moved quickly, avoiding the explosion. Yujiro attempted to heal his body, but his efforts were useless. Goku continued mercilessly beating him. Nyan thought, My father is facing the other demon, and Goku is overwhelmingly superior to this one. What a waste of time. I decided to attack and participate in the battle, but I never imagined this outcome. Goku instantly appeared before the demon and drove his fist through his body. At the same time, Yujiro's punch pierced him from the opposite side. The former Demon King thought, He has destroyed my heart 3 times in a single minute. If this continues, he is going to kill me. A demon was immortal only to a certain extent. If a demon's heart was destroyed 7 times within a 5-minute period, the demon would die. If the heart was destroyed 6 times, the demon needed 1 hour of rest. After that, the cycle reset, and he could continue normally. For a demon to lose 7 hearts within 5 minutes was considered impossible. But for Goku, nothing was impossible, especially with his wife beside him. Yujiro was sent flying, but it was intentional. Jiro shouted, If his heart is destroyed 7 times, he will die. Continue your attack. Furious, Yujiro yelled, Bastard! You dared reveal the demon's greatest secret. Goku said, That is why they are immortal, which is why Akuma is still alive. When I saw him, it caught my attention, but I did not think much about it because he is so weak. So that ironic smile is only hiding your weakness, right? Goku advanced with his fists. Yujiro's body was reduced to ashes and reformed again within seconds. Immediately, both Goku and Nyan pierced him again. It was his 4th destroyed heart. Desperate, he let out a fake laugh. Even if you kill me, your beloved daughter will die, idiots. Did you think the other demons were in this world by coincidence? We know that that demon-eyed girl was training in another dimension. The Demon King, Sora Yagami, has already gone to pay that dimension a visit. Goku, you are formidable. I know I cannot defeat you through strength, but you have already lost to intelligence. I knew you were coming for us. That is why I prepared for your arrival. Goku grabbed Yujiro tightly by the throat. If you harm Yukina, Yujiro interrupted. What are you going to do to me? You are powerful, Goku. You will kill me. But first I must tell you something. When demons kill a god, we keep that god's soul. It will be the end for your daughter. You will not be able to revive her by any method. Nien shouted. You are lying. There is no way they could enter our planet. Yujiro lowered his defenses, stretched out his arms, and shouted, Then what are you waiting for? Destroy my hearts. Goku thought, Damn it. I should search for the dimensional shift and find out whether what he is saying is true. Yujiro murmured, Right now, Akemi and I are mentally connected. If you leave this world, I will give him the order to kill that brat. Accept it. You are at my feet. Goku and Nien stood frozen. Just as they were about to kill him, they had received a low blow that hurt more than any wound. Yujiro, the strongest Demon King, had proven that being a master of deception and mind games could allow him to win even against someone who completely surpassed him in raw strength.